When a narcissist suddenly stops talking to you, when they no longer text, call, or show up, it often feels like your entire world has been flipped upside down. You replay everything in your mind, searching for what you did wrong, trying to understand why someone who once seemed so connected to you could turn so cold so fast. But what you must know is this: the narcissist's silence is not about you. It's about control, supply, and their endless hunger for validation that can never truly be satisfied. The silent treatment, or the sudden cutoff, marks the discard phase, a stage where the narcissist either fades away slowly or disappears overnight. Sometimes they pull away gradually, responding less and less until communication completely dies. Other times, it's instant, like a switch flipped and the person you thought you knew vanishes. One moment they're warm and engaging, the next they're distant, unrecognizable, and indifferent. This shift leaves you confused and emotionally shattered. That confusion is intentional. The narcissist wants you to question yourself, to wonder if you did something wrong. They want you to feel unworthy, rejected, and desperate for their attention again. The truth is, they never stopped talking to you because of something you did. They stopped because you no longer serve their need for narcissistic supply. That constant stream of attention, admiration, and emotional energy that keeps their fragile ego alive. When you begin to see through their mask, when their charm fades and their manipulation becomes clear, your admiration diminishes. You start to set boundaries, to give less, to question their behavior. This deprives them of what they crave most: control and validation. Without your emotional energy, they are left alone with the very feelings they run from, their emptiness, insecurity, and self-loathing. And instead of confronting those feelings, they escape. They seek new sources of supply. People who don't yet know who they really are, who could be easily deceived by the illusion they create. So, they stop talking to you, not because you weren't enough, but because you became too aware. You saw behind the mask. You stopped feeding the fantasy that they depend on to feel important. Once you stop validating their false self, you become useless to them, and they must move on to find someone who will continue the illusion. Ironically, when they find new people to manipulate, it doesn't make them happy. It's just another cycle of temporary fulfillment followed by inevitable emptiness. Even while they appear to have moved on, they often still monitor you, hoping to see if you're hurting. If you react, if you chase, if you show pain, that's still supply to them. And if you don't, they'll attempt to provoke you through triangulation, flaunting their new sources of attention to make you feel replaced and insignificant. So when they stop talking to you, understand this. It's not rejection, it's revelation. You're no longer trapped in their illusion. You have taken back your emotional power, and that is something they cannot tolerate. Their silence, though painful, is actually your liberation.